Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the consecutive hits anointment. Now, recently, a YouTuber who goes by the name Z Karma made a video about this, and he had some pretty cool discoveries and how you can basically keep this anointment up. He went like really in depth into it. We're going to kind of go into it in this video, but I wanted to test this with Zane's clone and his drone, and we got some pretty good results. So yeah, shout out to Z Karma. This is completely his discovery. I just wanted to further test it and kind of talk about it because I actually think this anointment is extremely strong now because of the way it works. And yeah, so let's just get into it. By the way, like I said, shout out to Z Karma. I'm going to post his video and his link in the description below, and probably in the pinned comment, because he makes other videos that go in depth on anointments. He really breaks down mechanics very well, in my opinion. There have been multiple of his videos where I feel like I've learned something. And yeah, I appreciate that from other YouTubers. So basically the gist of it is this anointment does not work exactly how it's stated on the card, like a lot of stuff in this game. Now I'm going to show you guys. I have 0 points spent into damage. I have 5 points into borrowed time, and I also picked up some mag size. That's just because it's going to help me with this test a little bit. These will not affect our damage at all. And thank you, Gearbox. I have disabled Guardian rank, so we have nothing interfering with our damage. The only thing we have is this Lucian's Call and the consecutive hits anointment. On my grenade is no anointment that affects our damage as well. So yeah, basically this does 482 damage on the card. If we shoot a skag, we see 482, 482. Now, if basically with the consecutive hits, you can see our numbers are raising. Now, what's cool about this is Z Karma basically figured out that if you are basically doing damage in other ways, like for example, if we dotted this skag, now I can't dot him with cryo, but it'll basically keep our anointment up. The only thing that resets your damage is if you stop doing damage for about 1 second. It's a really short window. It might even technically be a little bit less than a second, but let's just call it a second. So basically I can throw grenades, I can dot the skag, all of that. As long as I'm doing some damage in some form, my consecutive hits anointment is raising. So I think that's really awesome, and I wanted to test it with the clone and the drone. So like I said, we have 482 base. I'm going to summon my clone. He's going to start shooting for a second. And all of a sudden, we shoot for 520. The clone is still shooting. So you can see 578 and 588. And yeah, the clone literally builds this bonus for you. Or if you stop shooting, the clone will continue to hold on to that bonus for you. Now, I should mention, see how the clone stopped shooting there for a second? Now my bonus is gone. However, he started shooting again, and we get our bonus back. All right, well, he wore off. So the clone, by all means, works with this anointment, basically. And now we're going to do the same thing with the drone. So we're going to let our drone shoot a little bit. And let me get a shot off. All right, wait. Okay, our drone's shooting now. And as you can see, that is 612 cryo damage. So the clone is shooting. The 1500 is from the clone. Our base is 482. So the clone has literally stacked this up for us multiple times already. So this anointment works with Zane's clone and his drone, which is pretty nuts. We're going to let our clone wear off. I also want to show this to you guys with grenades. So I'm just going to cut to after my drone wears off. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to these skags. I'm going to do a test with grenades. Now, I believe Z Karma already said this should work, but I want to talk about why this is such a big deal. First, let's test with grenades. Once again, our base is 482. Let's toss a hex grenade, 744 already. The hex ticks so many times. See how it's still up at 630? It reset. The hex ticks so easily and so many times, and it's a homing grenade, that we are easily going to be able to basically get this bonus. See how we're already up to 900? Basically, we can triple our damage from the total. It's 200% bonus to your gun damage. So our base was 482, and we can get 200% more on top of that. Let's do quick maths in my head. It's almost 1500 is the maximum. Yeah, so that's pretty cool that grenades works with this. And I honestly wanted to talk about this and where this anointment lies when it comes to the different vault hunters. With Moze specifically, everybody always said like, oh yeah, that anointment's going to be good on Moze, blah, 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 because she can keep her ammo up. The thing is, you can actually reload your guns. Now, I know with like the most common Blastmaster build, you don't want to reload. But my point is, you can stop shooting because you can keep throwing your grenades. You can throw your cloning maddening trackers, which have 18 impacts each, and they are homing grenades. So look, 785. And do you know why that happened? Because he's dotted over there. I threw a hex, the hex wore off, and the dot was still keeping my consecutive hits anointment up. And we have 785. So this is an amazing anointment for Moze, especially there are certain Moze builds that use short fuse, and then they get some for the road and the green tree. There's not a lot of base gun damage into that build, so 200% gun damage is a pretty huge deal. Another thing is for Amara's ties that bind. Amara has, what, 250% phase cast, 300% phase slam. Well, this anointment is pretty much 200% phase grasp anointment because Amara spreads dots all over the battlefield. Amara does ties that bind damage. You can actually use your action skill and easily keep up 200% weapon damage. And if you equip a hex grenade and throw a couple of those around, the stacks are going to stay up. Which is just like, I don't know. This is kind of a big deal in my opinion, and that's why I'm making another video about this. And yeah, with Zane, we obviously just showed that the clone and the drone both keep it up. We showed that grenades keep it up. And with Zane, you can easily get, like, your drone will easily keep that damage up for you in downtime. If you equip a hex grenade to your drone, it'll also keep it up. Pretty much you just have to pay attention to when the drone stops shooting, because the drone doesn't shoot forever, but it will help you keep your stacks up if you can kind of time your shots, or like if you have lots of grenades going out. And same with the clone. The clone doesn't always shoot for literally ever. Like, he does stop to reload, but like see, he already got our stacks up for us because we do know that our base is 482. Now, I'm not saying the clone or the drone themselves will build your stacks super high, but they will help maintain them. It's not hard to, you know, fire a Lucian's Call forever and get your stacks high up there, and then use your drone, your grenades, and your clone to maintain them. And yeah, this is a really cool discovery, like I said, from Z Karma. So all the props go to him. I didn't discover anything. I just wanted to spread the word that this is a really strong anointment, in my opinion now. And I was someone who honestly thought that this anointment was nearly useless. And yeah, so the fact, yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. I'm just going to cut it right there. Thank you for watching. This is a really cool anointment. Look out for it on certain guns. Obviously, this probably isn't going to be a good anointment like on a Nukem or a Scourge. I mean, heck, it might be great on the Nukem and the Scourge. I can't even for sure say that. But for just general weapons like a Maggie, this is not a bad anointment. It's 200% bonus weapon damage that can easily be kept up while your action skills are active. That's the main point I'm trying to make, is like for Moze and for Zane, they can't take huge advantage of the action skill and anointments, at least if you're using Drone Barrier on Zane. But for Moze especially, I think this is a pretty big deal, especially considering that it seems like grenades keep your stacks up. So like our base is 482, and with one shot, there's 800 I see in cryo. I didn't shoot, my very first shot out of the gun after throwing a hex grenade was 800. And a cloning maddening tracker has even more impacts than a hex grenade does. So I don't know. I just think that's a big deal. And I'm definitely going to start including this anointment on my future Moze builds. I think this is really cool. And so I wanted to put out a second video on it, just showing you guys some more tests and how easy it is to maintain your stacks. That's the big deal to me, is maintaining. It's not necessarily about building it up. That part's not super hard in my opinion. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go check out Z Karma. He's a really cool dude. He has explained more than one thing in this game to me. He bettered my knowledge on this game. He definitely deserves the subscribers and the likes. So his video will be in the description and the pinned comment down below. And yeah, hope you guys learned about this consecutive hits anointment. It's really dope. And take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.